What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Austin here.
And Eason.
And today we're going to be talking about something a little bit controversial. We're going to be talking about how we think that the Elder Scrolls Online can fix the World of Warcraft. Before we get into that, please keep in mind, guys, we are a new channel and we have a new stretch goal of hitting 1,000 subscriptions. When that happens, we plan to relaunch the channel in a big way. We're going to be bringing the video adaptation of our Nerd Zoo podcast over on Spotify and the new video Nerd Zoo show. We can't wait to do that. We're building a set. We're hard at work. We're doing all that for you guys. Come be a part of the first 1,000. Comment down below why you subscribe. We can't wait to talk to you guys there. Until then, let's just dive right into this because there's a lot to talk about. It's going to be really bad. Please don't hate us.
Let's dive. I like diving.
How do you want to do this without like turning an entire demographic of gamers against us, Ethan?
Without sounding like we're just complaining all the time?
Yeah, I think we should have a disclaimer that I think I'm okay to say this. I speak for both Eason and myself when I say that we absolutely love the World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean, I love the game. I want it to do great things, but unfortunately right now that's just not happening.
Right. But we're just gonna put that out as a buffer. This is a touchy topic. We don't want to upset anybody in the community. We want to let you guys know this is coming from a place of love. But yes, so unhappiness.
Yeah, so like, you know how like you have those dads that are like, I'm just gonna treat my person in the worst amount way as possible so they learn a lesson. That's what we're doing to Blizzard right now.
That was a reach.
Yeah, I know it was a reach, but I'm leaving it.
So why don't you tell me your last experience with WoW and just give me a quick rundown as to why you left.
I started the Shadowlands, you know, the whole story and experience and everything. I just couldn't get through it. It was so boring.
Tell us why. Why couldn't you get through it?
It was so boring. It was just the same thing as every other expansion, pretty much. You go there, some hero, you saved. No, I don't care, Anduin. I don't care about saving you from your chains and everything like that. I don't care about grinding. What was it again? Soul?
Stygia?
Anima. It's Anima. I don't care about grinding Anima power just to get some cosmetics or fill my conduits. I don't care. It's so dumb. And
it was rough.
The game right now just feels like I'm on a treadmill over and over and over and over again. Like I rinse, repeat, wake up, do the same daily things over and over and over again, rinse, repeat, and I don't get anything for it. I get one little payoff at the end of the week, maybe, and that's doing Torghast. Like, come on.
I think you said it perfectly, and I said this in one of our podcast episodes, that I feel that Blizzard, and this is not directed at Blizzard, I think perhaps this has something to do, and it's a big perhaps, with the Activision thing. I think that Blizzard has become an expert at building treadmills or a hamster wheel, and I think they've fallen into that trope where like Destiny's in it right now. Like for a new player to come back to Destiny, you have no idea what's going on. And
dude, don't even get me started on Destiny.
Yeah, it's a whole nother thing. But like, just to provide some kind of analogy, like it's in the MMO space and it's happening in the looter shooter space and all of these games of service. And what I'm really diving into here is that when you see games like the Elder Scrolls Online doing something meaningful with their end game, and then you contrast that with what's happening in World of Warcraft. It's sad because here you and I are, tons of content in the World of Warcraft, tons of stuff, and all we're worried about is running on that treadmill and trying to do that end game grind that gives you nothing meaningful. And it's nothing new, right? Like we saw this with artifact weapons. We saw this with the neck in BFA. We are seeing it now with Anima. It's the same thing. It's just what meaningful have you brought with you from those expansions? Like what do you have right now for your character that is meaningful from those expansions?
Aside from your mounts that you grinded out for, or you know, your flying, you know, the flying achievement that you get for exploring all the zones and going through that huge hoop, you know, like there's really not a lot that you can take with you.
Those are like secondary permanents though, right? Like those come with playing the game. And
right, but some of them it's like you have to go out of your way completely in order to get it.
Yeah, but that sense of completion, that sense of carrying something over, when you see somebody on a mount that you wanted from a previous expansion, and you know what the grind was for that, and you see them in a current expansion, and it carried over, you're like, wow, that's awesome! I can't believe you got that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you say that about somebody's artifact weapon today?
No, not at all.
Right. This is the problem.
Look at the guy, and be like, why is he using Ashbringer right now?
Right. Why should I invest in Anima when I could just wait for the next expansion and Anima won't matter and I could just do the next thing? Why?
It just feels like a pointless grind.
Yeah, you said it best. It feels like a job. It feels like a job. And you're going to grind all week and for what?
And with the mythics and stuff like that, I feel like I don't get rewarded at all half the time. I mean, you get a chest at the end of the week that has maybe what you want in it. So it's like...
Yeah, maybe, if you complete it.
Yeah. And you got to grind up to a certain point. And it's just not... Like you said, it feels like a job playing this game. I don't have fun.
Yeah. And for the most part, I consider myself what I call a core casual. So I have like a tight-knit group of friends, you among them, that I will occasionally group up with. But for the most part, I'm playing in the World of Warcraft alone, and I'm having a great time. But right now, or I have had great times. Right now, it feels empty and alone, and that social aspect is gone, and Mythic dungeons are meaningless to me. I have no desire to group up with a bunch of randoms who are going to hate me for not understanding a dungeon or not making me feel welcome so that I can get some half-ass reward to feel like I have made some sort of progress on a never-ending hamster wheel while I'm chasing the imaginary dragon. It's insane.
Yeah, there's aspects of the games that I still do like a lot, like the art style of the game. Shadowlands is absolutely beautiful from an art perspective. I love the look of it. It's awesome. Like just seeing the Blizzard trailers when they first came out, I was like, this is looking hot. Like I could.
Yeah, Blizzard's really good at creating that world immersion. They're really good at that, and the game feels fluid, and you feel like you're a part of the world, right? Like it feels really good.
It just feels good to walk around and explore in, except they don't give you a whole lot of incentive to explore, I feel like.
Right. This is the part where I have to apologize, and I could feel you leading into it. So again, this is a disclaimer. If you are a World of Warcraft fan, understand that this is coming from a place of love. I'm just gonna say it. The Elder Scrolls Online, regardless of what you feel about that game, I don't even know how to word it. The Elder Scrolls Online, you can leave all this in, Ethan. The Elder Scrolls Online, because this is an uncomfortable conversation because we're coming from the World of Warcraft community and we're now fans of ESO, but I don't consider myself having left WoW, right? I just consider myself having found some new kind of love for not exactly ESO as a whole game. That game has its problems. But as what they are doing in the MMO genre to make your character feel a part of a living world with rewards and progression. And what I'm getting at is that the ESO has a system called the champion point system. I'm just going to spit it out, where when you reach endgame, when you reach max level, you then start earning champion points from the experience that you're gaining, but you're still gaining experience from everything that you're doing in the game. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You could be doing anything across the entire game. You like solo grinding, random fetch quests? By all means. Yeah, crest. By all means, go do that. Go do that. Have a great time. Log on, do your daily dungeon. By all means, have a great time. Go play your PvP match to get your EXP bonus. By all means, have a great time. You are going to be rewarded. The game empowers players to do what they like for fun and still rewards them and gives them a sense of progression, like they are moving up a chain, like they are gaining something.
Yeah, like there's no borrowed power in this case. It's just you have your character, you build your character, and you have your character no matter what expansion it is. You don't have to set back and do your daily grind to try and be, current with whatever the current meta is. You build what you want and you have fun doing it.
Right. ESO welcomes you into their world. Right?
Yep.
World of Warcraft, I've said this before. ESO says, come live in our world. World of Warcraft says, come be our world. We want you to be the thing that we're focusing on. We want everything that you're doing in the game to have an effect on what you get or can improve right now, this second. Your weapon, your neck, your grinding anima, whatever the gimmick is per expansion, we want you grinding so that you can be a part of that loop and stay in our world.
And the lore aspect of it too. It's like now the player is like this god, you know, like
everything's about the player. Where's the world? You've created this great world. How many times have I told you I've flown over areas that I've never been to before, and I've seen quest markers on my map, and I have no incentive to stop and check them out.
Yeah,
none. How many times have you done that?
I've never. Like, why would I care? It's not part of my level. It's not going to help me.
You see it all the time, right? Like, how many times have you flown over an area? Yeah. And been like, oh, that looks cool. Well, better go grind out my anima.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because you got to be current. You gotta work towards your next item level. It's so dumb.
Yeah, and it's really sad because Blizzard has created something wonderful. It is wonderful to exist in the world of Warcraft, to exist in Azeroth. It's indescribable sometimes because it's so ingratiated in our childhood and like our past. And like I remember vanilla, and yeah, I've skipped a few expansions, but like I always came back here and there, and I've everybody's got that kind of experience with it, right? They've got their own history with the game, but it draws us in. The world draws us in. It's like you said, the game's gorgeous. How many times have you just looked at your screen and been in awe?
Oh, so many times, man. When we were just playing through Legion, when BFA was out, when we were leveling up through Legion, just going through the zones, it was awesome.
Yeah. Especially now, right? Like every once in a while, they'll pop up texture updates and stuff, or do some lighting stuff, and it's just fantastic. I cannot help but lose myself in what I'm seeing. The problem is that when it passes me by, it's a linear path in which I'm never returning. There's no reason for me to return unless there is a vendor there that rewards me something that's part of the hamster wheel. Which is like, I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. I want to go explore. I want to go explore those barren areas that I've never been to before with my friends and go questing and still progress my character in a meaningful way. I want to live in the world of Azeroth, not the world of my main character.
Yeah, you know who's not really like phased by all this stuff, and like people who can actually like be okay with it?
I'm sure you're going to tell me right now.
Yeah, role players. They don't give a shit. They're just role players, dude. They're just they're all like off in their own little realm, just doing what they want to do. They're like, yeah, whatever. We can be furries now. That's awesome.
That's another thing. Like, I'm not a furry by any means, but I love fun animated characters. I love Pixar. I love Disney. Ratchet and Clank. I'm so hyped for that. I really want to make a Volpera. I really do. Everyone hates Volpera, whatever. I don't care. I like it. Let me live my life. I want to play a Volpera Hunter. I really, really do. How do I get a Volpera Hunter, Ethan?
You gotta, oh God. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Maybe they are a little angry.
Right.
Maybe those people
would be have to come up with a way to make me play a race. Like, I can understand if it was, what do they call those races? Like the Ironforged dwarf, like, I can understand like if it's like a color variant that I'm unlocking, but this is just the standard, just to be a Volpera.
Yeah, this is like a whole new race.
Right. And for any WildStar fans who are sad and miserable that game is gone, I was a huge fan of WildStar. I love MMOs, and that MMO was great, and I could play a little animal if I wanted to. I want to play a Volpera because it just reminds me of all the stuff that I like. I like Ratchet and Clank, you know. I like Jack and Daxter. Those characters are great. They're lively. They're fun. And what's the point of role playing if it's a grind to make a character I want to make? Like, I'm not talking about armor. I'm talking about like just the base character I want to be in the world. You have to make me play a horde race and then go through BFA and then get all these achievements in BFA and fully max out my character pretty much almost to get to endgame, and then entice me with endgame. And then now I have to feel like I'm restarting just to play a character that I want. That's...
Yep.
I don't know, man.
And you still have to unlock all the achievements, I believe, if you want to play as the race. Like, you don't have to do the whole, like, reputation grind anymore, but before, with BFA, if you wanted to play it as the Volpera BFA, you had to be exalted with that race.
Yeah.
And their kind. and that took forever.
Yeah, they did make it easier, but my thing is like, why stop at easier?
Just give it
to us. You want people to play? Like, how many people have seen the Volpera?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They want you to play. They want you to pay that subscription and play longer. They don't want to just give you what you want right off the bat. They want to make you work for it like that.
Oh no, man. What happens when you give players what they want? They quit playing your game. Oh
I know,
no.
right?
Right? It's like ESO is giving me what I want.
I'm not saying
to explore Somerset.
I'm not saying I don't want to like I don't want to work for like achieving things in game. I just feel like a race that you introduce into a game and then you kind of lock it behind some stupid grindy, really long, tedious way.
Yeah.
That feels like a cop out to something where like you could have had some really valuable like achievements or valuable like dungeon that you had to complete, like something like that.
Yeah, something rewarding. It feels disingenuous to the promise of the game as a whole.
Yeah, if I had to like grind out reputation, like come on.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand. I would be more than happy to pay the box price for an expansion to unlock the races that came with that expansion.
Yeah, that or like, I mean, I'm even cool with like the achievement part of it. If it was, right out of the gate at BFA, even though that is kind of still just a cop-out. Like, I'd like something specific rather than just achievements. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what I'd like is to enjoy the game. And
yeah, like
it creates these barriers. Every time I make a decision, I have barriers. That game's all about decisions. And every time you make one, you have to crash through barriers. ESO's not that way. And I'm not saying ESO is like the golden pony of MMOs. It is not by a long shot. But what it does is it has these tools in game that allow you to do what you want the easiest way possible. It has the the activity finder tool where you can literally just like hold your home button or whatever. It opens up a map and it's like, hey, what do you want to do? Like, what are you feeling like doing right now? Whatever you want. It's your world. It's your world. You want to go explore Somerset? Go explore Somerset. We're going to help you. It's the zone guide. That's what it is. And we're also going to show you, like, after you explore the first thing in Somerset, you can come back right here to this screen and we're going to show you the second and the next and the next and the next all the way. We're going to guide you through Somerset.
So these are the two different feelings that I get when I boot up each game. So when I boot up World of Warcraft, I feel like I'm behind. I feel like if I'm not grinding something immediately, I'm falling behind. I'm falling behind the curve, and I won't be able to perform as good as other players. I'm not going to be able to get into raid groups. I'm not going to be able to get, perform as well in dungeons. When I log into ESO after a while, because this is but like that's after I like take a break from WoW. I feel like I'm way behind. So, and then after I get into, after I jump into ESO again, after not playing for a little while, I'm like, okay, I'm right where I left off. What do I want to do now? I don't.
Yeah. It's literally, there's nothing stopping you. Like, oh yeah, I was exploring Somerset, or I was exploring elsewhere. I was exploring Morrowind. I'll just pick up right here. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and it's like, if I was sick of, this spot, then it's like, okay, well, I'll go over here and do my stuff over here. I don't feel pressured.
Right. That's why I quit Destiny. I just quit it because like the game, just like WoW so I'll give WoW this credit. With the release of Shadowlands, if you are a new player or you are level grinding or creating a new character, they really compressed that experience into something really cool.
Oh, yeah. They definitely made the new player experience. Like, I feel like that's a major plus for it.
There's a huge negative coming up, but it's a big positive that now, instead of feeling like, oh, I'm going to do the introductory quests for 2 different zones in a 5-zone expansion and completely skip those 3 zones, like jump right to the next expansion so you can keep leveling.
But yeah, let's get to that negative because I got a good idea of what it is.
That negative is a whole part of the World of Warcraft and what Blizzard has built. Yeah. So let me ask you, Eason, and I'm going to get dad voice right now. Let me ask you what happens if you have how many expansions are in WoW?
Oh God, let's see. Let's count them out.
Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. Yep. Cataclysm, Mists.
Okay, wait, we're at 4, right?
Yeah.
I'm counting my fingers. I'm trying. So Mists is 4.
Yep. Legion.
And then 5. What came after 5? Legion.
Warlords.
Warlord.
BFA, Shadowlands. Did I miss anything?
So there's 8, right?
8. Okay, so here, right? You have 8 expansions. 8. I'm so glad we could figure that out, by the way. Longtime WoW fans, thanks.
Counting on my fingers, and I was like losing track.
You have 8 expansions. You just selected Legion. You're going to roll through Legion. And I actually, believe it or not, when I grinded a new character, actually, let's just go with WoD, with Warlords of Draenor. I actually really, really, really enjoy that expansion, aside from its problems. But you get to avoid those problems when you're just focusing on grinding and leveling. So you get to enjoy that expansion for what it should have been. I think that people who are starting new, I should absolutely give that a chance. WoD is actually really fun when you're not looking at it through the Garrison lens and all of its problems right away. Anyway, the point is like, okay, now I get through. So you're supposed to be able to have a new introductory quest that'll run you through an introductory dungeon. You are going to now grind your character from level 0 to 50 or 0 to 60. I forget what it is. But you're going to get to max level in one. What is it?
0 to 50.
And then you go from
60 for max level.
Shadowlands. Okay.
Shadowlands,
So you're going to do all of your level grinding, and they compressed the experience of leveling so that you feel like you're earning something at every level, and that's really great, and that's awesome. So the squish helped. The new experience helped. Now I'm done. I've completed WoD, right? I'm ready to move on. What do I do?
You go to Shadowlands.
Why? There's 7 other expansions I have yet
but
to
you're
explore.
at max level, and you're not going to level up anymore until you get to the Shadowlands, and then you get.
But I don't understand. There's all this stuff that I haven't played over here.
That doesn't matter. You can just make another. You can just make another character and then go through them over there.
But wait a minute, these things are giving me gold and experience.
Yeah, but you could just make another character, and then go through them.
Right. Yeah, it's a trivial prize to explore and enjoy the world that Blizzard has created for us. It's meaningless. They have rendered it meaningless, and I don't think it was intentional. I just think it was a way to get you to that hamster wheel as quickly as possible. You're in a mice maze, and they left little treats for you all the way from 0 to 50, and then all of a sudden, bam, door closes, you're on a hamster wheel.
Yep. God damn, dude.
You just gotta, every week, get that damn cheese, bro.
Pisses me off, but I really wish it was different.
So do I. And I really think that the World of Warcraft community and the developers, and I can't even imagine how many lines of red tape they have before they can even hear what we're saying. Because I do think there are people leaving Blizzard every day. People leave Blizzard every day. I wonder why. Because the game that they love, the game that they've created for years and years and years and had these attachments with, is not the game anymore. It's being whiplashed into this just workhorse.
Yep.
It's just not good. We see people leaving Blizzard all the time. Somebody just left Blizzard. Who was it? Jeff Kaplan? Is that his name?
I didn't see that.
I feel like I just butchered that. It just came off the top of my head. I forget. Somebody big just left Blizzard like a week ago.
What poundage are we talking?
I don't know what he weighs, if that's what you're insinuating.
You said, voice crack big.
Yeah. The point overall is that clearly the developers who have their fingers on the keyboard, not on the calculator, feel what we're saying. So this is not directed at them. I really hope that the community understands that when I say, or you say, that ESO can teach WoW some lessons, it comes from a place of love. That game is doing something for MMOs that no other game is doing right now. And it's
100%. I agree with you 100%. It's just the way ESO makes it. It's just about that feeling. You know, when you start the game up, and you know you're a casual player. You know, being a hardcore player is one thing, but you know the main population is pretty much casual. And so when you start up that game and you're thinking, "Oh God, I feel so behind," you know, it's stressful. It's like, why do I want to play this if it's just stress me out? So.
To get more stress.
Yeah, just to get more stress, because now it's like I got to keep up with everybody.
Yeah, if you roll Mythic Key plus 15, though, you'll get like an extra 800 stress level.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that, if you finish it.
You just boot up ESO, and it's like, okay, well, I want to get this armor set, because this armor set looks pretty cool. and it doesn't matter if it's meta or not. You're still gonna perform okay no matter what. Yeah, that game has metas. Yeah, that game has like skill ceilings and all that, and they have a hardcore audience and crap like that. But it's just way more casual friendly, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, like right now I'm grinding to complete zones whenever I get a chance because I really want to hunt down those motifs.
Dude, and me, I love collecting sets. I don't care what it is. I have a bank full of random sets where I feel like having the effects of this set, just pop it on and then have like another effects of a different set. And it's everyone has their own way of playing that game, and it feels rewarding in any way.
I will say WoW has a really good transmog system, but yeah, that game has a I think all transmog systems should be as easy as they are in WoW.
Like
just want to give some love to the WoW.
ESO has their transmog system. I feel like it was a bit harder to get good transmog in that game for sure.
Yeah, when you see someone roll around in ESO with good armor, you're like, oh, he plays.
Yep.
So you do have that meaningful grind, but at the same time, I'm always having fun. I've never complained about what I'm doing in ESO. Whereas in WoW, when I was grinding out my coalescing visions, and I was hopping into my war zones, I'm like, what am I doing? Slaying this giant snake Anubis creature for the 1,000th freaking time just to get my coalescing visions so that I can run a thing to possibly get a thing to possibly keep up with other people. I'm on that freaking wheel.
And the thing that sucks though is that when we ran those nightmares, those were fun. You and me like kind of coordinating
the horrific visions. Yeah, those were great.
You and me coordinating and like how to defeat bosses and what way to go about it and whether we should hit this guy first or that guy first. Dude, that was fun. But then at the end of it, we have to be like, oh, that's the only one we get for the week.
Right. Oh, I'm just shy of upgrading my tree to make it easier for us to get farther next time.
So I guess we'll wait till next week.
Right. Thanks for playing. Make sure you hop in and do this all over again.
And meanwhile, you paid how much? You paid like $60-$50 for an expansion. You're paying $15 a month for this game. Come on.
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. I don't mind the expansion fee. I mind the subscription fee for what I'm getting end game. Right. That's my issue. Why are you charging me all this money to work? You should be charging me all this money so I can play.
Exactly. It's just such an unrewarding experience, and it just feels like a big kick in the freaking teeth every time you play it.
Yeah, I'm toothless. Yeah, I just want everybody to understand that from, one WoW player to another, I just want to see the game improve. I would rather be in WoW than ESO. If I'm being completely honest, I love the world of Warcraft, the world of World of Warcraft more than I do ESO. But ESO just makes it really hard to leave when all they're doing is giving me fun and a good time, and they're making it easy for us to do that. And so they got me right now.
Yeah, this game is my childhood. Like this is what just described me from when I was in 6th grade as like a 10-year-old all the way up until I was like a freshman in high school. like this is my life. And I just want to see it do better. I really want to see it do better. I want it to be a good thing. And right now, it's just the way that the trend's going. It seems like the game's just going to spiral downward. And I hate seeing that. I hate it.
Yeah. And I think there are definitely people out there that agree. So if you're listening, keep playing the games that make you happy.
Yes. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. It was a pretty lengthy one, wasn't it? Yeah. A lot of opinionated topics there, bud. Anyways, thank you for watching. And if you liked it, subscribe. And let us know what you thought in the comments. And take it easy, guys.